and welcome back to Okayama International Circuit for Race 2, actually. Oh, god damn, I was supposed to say, I almost said round 3, but, well, it's technically still correct. But anyways, welcome everyone to Okayama for round 3, Race 2 of the 2025-26 Hololive GT3 Japan Series season. Welcome everyone to the Okayama 400 weekend. And as we said earlier, Race 2 is coming right up for you very soon. So anyways, let's take a look into the track map. As usual, just to get everyone acquainted with the racing circuit that is Okayama. Hosted Formula 1 racing back in the day. Now hosts Super GT, with its most recent race being in 2020, well, April this year, Super GT. But we race Hololive GT3 this time on this 3.7 kilometer circuit with 11 corners. As we saw last time out, we will be expecting 54 laps in the race of 200 kilometers. And will we say 129.263? We are getting close because we saw 129.4. So let's expect something great for today as far as the race is concerned. So let's also take a look into the standings after yesterday's race. And obviously with Russell Caraccios' second place, he now extends his lead in the standings over Zarin by a pretty comfortable margin, and by comfortable margin I mean 333 points separating between these two drivers. Russell Caraccios is having a season of his life in Hololive GT3, finishing no lower than 8th place in all of the 5 races that he's entered so far, and is gonna require a massive cock-up from Caraccios' end for him to throw away this lead and potentially this Hololive GT3 championship, for him at least. And looking into the rest of the field, one of the biggest gainers from yesterday is of course Shaki Freza and Shango, who sneaked into 10th and 12th respectively after their podium finishes. Sami Ake have absolutely single-handedly moved himself from the bottom of the championship to 5th place after a string of great finishes, which encompasses 1st place at Fuji Race 2 and recently 5th in yesterday's Okayama Race 1. And looking into the other drivers in the standings, we are also going to be giving a big shout out to some of the other bigger gainers here. Ali J, who had 2 stonking race ones in a row, both in Fuji and Okayama. We'll see if that Lambo has a great pace for today's race this time. And for those who have had great form but have been struggling to make something meaningful, we are of course also looking at Reed Liu, who was in the top 5 after race 1 at Sportsland Sugo, but is now down in the dumps in 29th place, which is a big cause for concern for the Rito Chaya driver. And looking into the other early season performers, Isakaji Mikalev also not having a good time with his legs, currently down to 24th. And for the preseason favors of sorts, Hopefully still languishing in 35th place, or 36th place. We'll hope that that he gets to turn around his season sometime soon, as we are about to start qualifying here in Okayama. But before we get into that, I just wanted to do some adjustments and also a bit of an extra introduction. As always, my name is Mamasha Reza in the commentary booth, and it is just going to be me once again this time. So, it is expected to be pretty cold in Okayama. And obviously, following recent news of the Nissan's dominance, there have been some changes here to the ballast rules. So we are just about to get this thing ready. First of all, if you have any thoughts of this race coming into qualifying, please drop a comment in the chat. And of course, we've seen some few thoughts from our own drivers. Akozuri has told the reporters that it's a nice. Akozuri is basically returned to Okayama, where she has had winning pedigree, specifically in Formula Hololive, where she has won a single race in Okayama, where she, I believe, to have gotten her first win. Might need to refresh on me on this one. So, anyways, it is a very competitive field of 39 cars in Okayama, as we now have the first cars are about to get out, and this time I am not forgetting to put the screen at session, as we see Misaki Sakura being the first one out of the pit lane right now. Obviously, how this qualifying session works is that we only have 5 minutes of qualifying, so everyone will need to get out. It doesn't matter if there's going to be lots of traffic in these smaller tracks like Okayama, but you'll have basically one lap to do your hot lap, and fastest time starts at the front, slowest times start at the back. Well, if you don't start, if you don't have a time at all, you also start at the back. So that is that. But anyways, we have Sakura, who has had a pretty hot and cold season of sorts. But anyways, she is currently the first driver outside of the top 20. Obviously, she has had her best finish of second place. We've just been narrowly beaten by Callum Gibbons in Okayama Race 2. But since then, she has failed to crack finishes higher than 17th. So maybe we will see some changes in this ASCII number 12 Honda. As we're about to see Sakura start her own lap here. So anyway, gonna go to exit off of the final corner. As usual, into turn 1. 4,600 meter long straight. Brake just under the ridge into turn 1, hook the car up very nicely. And then into turn 2. You can try to lift as little as possible to try to carry as much speed into turn 2. And then coming into the Moss S, it's basically flat off at this point. And then into Atwood, you can brake just before or the 75 meter mark to, spend a little time on braking and to carry enough speed, and then after that you have this long back straight, a long exit, essentially very crucial here for you to set yourself up into the hairpin, and into the hairpin, brake into the 100 meter board, hook the car up very nicely. It's a decent move there, but of course she has Lorenzo Ricci that she needs to think about, and into the revolver and Piper corners. You can hang around in third gear in both of these corners. Get a good exit off of Piper for a good run into Redmond. Get into the 15 meter mark for your braking markers, and then hook yourself up into second gear for Hobbs. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty wide line there, going for that lead apex. I'm not sure if it is worth it here. And then into Mike Knight. Try to see if you can carry lots of speed here, and then into the final corner. And it should be one lap done here in Okayama. Pretty cold conditions are currently out there, 16 degrees Celsius. Sakura setting a decent 131.417. He's actually a very good lap because some of the other drivers are only able to set a 134. Anyways, we're going to be checking into other drivers' lap time. Then right now our focus will be on Dak Patterson. Representing second row now. Obviously, I'm feeling the vibes with her. Oh, and that's a very quick lap there. 0.3 of a second faster on sector 1. And the Nissan and the Lexus guys are also showing good race pace as well. And think I have forgotten to adjust the fuel for the Aston Martins and the Ferraris, or rather, and the McLarens. Might need to do some early race adjustments, or rather late race adjustments, or rather pre-race adjustments before we get about on this race. So anyways, we are seeing very competitive lap times for multiple car manufacturers. Kuroshio, Sky, Goyena, Raido. Hanami Kiriko is on pole position, 133.05 for the Himamori Luna number 31. This is a big statement there from the Himamori Luna driver, as we're seeing more drivers about to complete their laps. Akozuri, will she be able to get a good lap time in? And it's going to be 26, unfortunately. Dak Patterson also not expected to get a competitive lap time in, 134.206. Concerning stuff there from a driver who finished inside the top 20. Also, was set to qualify at the back for the second consecutive race here in Okayama. Daniel Barger doing pretty decently there as he's about to get his lap time done, but it's not going to be enough. It will only be good enough for 38th place. And that should be all of the lap times done. And interesting surprise here to see. Wow. Just wow. Rudy on pole position on a 129.464 on that Audi. He is basically alive again with serious race pace on that Audi, but we'll see if he can make that make his finish count. Shango will start 16th. It looks like there won't be a lot of adjustments at all, but we will have to see how it goes. Rudy has blown the field with a 129.464 on that qualifying time. So I think that will be it for qualifying. Rudy will start pole position. Sami Ake will start second place. Hanami Kiriko in third place, and once again, Rustim Kuroshio will start fourth place. His consistency knows no bounds for for the driver representing Lapis Darkness. Anyways, we are just gonna now move on into the starting lineup here for the Okayama 400 Race 2. Let's take a look into the grid as we go. Rudy will start on pole position for Mizumiyasu. Another great effort for him to start up front. And alongside him will be Sami Ake, who will be eager to get thrust himself into potential championship contention for Shiragami Fuki. And Hanami Kiriko will start third place on the second row. We'll see if she can get Himamori Luna her first on-track win in Okayama since 2022. Alongside Rustin Kuroshio, who has been a strong entrant in Hololive GT3 this season, has had winning pedigree here before in Okayama. We'll see if he can take the checkers here. And then we got Ed Sky for Kazumaya Roha and Daniel Goyena starting in row 3. Row 4, it will be Yukihara Toka waiting to avenge her performance from race 1 and to get herself out of the bottom 10 in the standings alongside Masaraido for Todoroki Hajime in 8th place. Row 5 will be Moshaki Reza and Kaminari Riba, both Gen 5 drivers ready to leave a mark here. Ryu starts 11 for Rindo Chihaya, with Raji Kazuki starting 12 for Yuzuki Choko. And then we got Hachabaz's Nakamura in 13, Raymond Gonzalez 14 for Chernobyl Flair. Row 8 will be Lorenzo Ricci and Shango, our yesterday's race winner for Ririka. And then we also have Joey for Jufu Teradin, and Misaki Sakura will start 18 for Aski. Shaka Labrador starts 19 for Natsume Matsuri, and Joshua Sahi starts 20 for Hakuki Koyori. And then going into the bottom 19 drivers, Jace Kinsai starts 21st on row 11 for Takane Loi, with Mo Cashew starting 22nd for Watami. And then we have Raji Kaczynski's compatriot, Raji Kaczynski's teammate, Hoshizono Ryo for Nakiri Ayame in Gen 2. Starting alongside him will be Maverick 2CM. On row 12 will be Maverick 2CM and Omar Volka. We also have Jay Goodwin starting on 25th. In 25th place for Okayama. And Aki Rosenthal's is Blasa Damashna starts 26. So Byung-eun starts 27 for Kokani Nico with Alson Tanara and Nekamata Okai starting in 28th. 29th will be Lexi Bowen and Shugari Noel. And Sakura Miko's is Iskaji Mikolev in 30th place. Aqua Zuri starts 31st, unfortunately, for Ozora Subaru. We'll see if she can get some gains from here. And then we also have Roboco's Calvin Gibbons in 32nd. Sorry, we'll start 33rd for Otono Kanade with 34th place going to Jake Martinez and Tokiyo Mitoa. Row 18 will be Ali J and Kira Ravivi with Hofumi to Tokyo Sora to Hofumi in 36. In car number 36, Dak Tyson will start a lowly 37th for Isaki Riona, unfortunately. Dana Barker starts 38th for Hakimachi Suisei. And running out the field will be Austin Wizard for Inagami Koroni. It has not been a good weekend for him so far in Okayama. Alright, so one more race for this weekend to decide the running order of the championship here in Okayama. Race 2 is about to get underway with Rudy on pole position and Sami Ake alongside him in second. And it's going to be Rudy on pole position, ready to take the lead into turn 1. And there he goes. It's a great start there from the Miyazu representative as they now come into turn 1. No issues for the Su driver. We'll see if there's contact as we see Kiriko already having a way better start there against Sami Ake. And that will mean Rudy takes a stonking lead there. And an amazing one at that. 1.7 seconds now separate between Rudy and Hanami Kiriko. Sami Ake in third. Kurashio now is gonna sweep around the outside against Daniel Goyena for fourth place, as it will be Rudy now taking the lead. Kiriko in second. Ake in third. Goyena with a better exit off of the Atwood into turn to retake fourth place against Kurashio in fifth place. Sky in sixth. Toka, Rada Toka in sixth place, going side by side with Ed Sky. Masaraido in 8th, Kamina Reba 9th, and Shaka Reza rounds out the top 10. Great stuff there from Rudy. The lead just opens up for him as we still see more side-by-side action. Toka going side-by-side. Richie and Kaczynski also having a tit-for-tat between each other. Exiting Piper and into Redmond they go. They are still side-by-side. Question is, who is ahead at Redmond? It's going to be Kaczynski, but Lorenzo Ricci has the better exit, so he will see this move through of sorts coming into Mike Knight, but he doesn't get the exit correctly at Hobbs. And into Mike Knight they go. They still go side by side. Great racing action on lap 1 here in Okayama. Right now, the big question is if Rudy has that great race pace there, because if you look into his recent results, he's not had he basically didn't finish in 3 of the 5 races that he's entered, and on one race he did enter, on one of the races he did finish, which there's only 2, he finished in 30th, but in one of these races he actually finished inside the top 10, specifically in 6th place. So is this another hot race for Rudy in a season of highs and lows? Well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, he is a guy who is known to be hot and cold of sorts, as Joshua Sahi is going to assert himself against Joey. And right now he does get the move done. He's now up into 17th place. Great stuff there. Opened his gap to Gigo, and looking into the race film monitor right now, Austin Wizard is already out of this race. A terrible day Well, the very least, his misery has ended pretty early, so it won't be too much of a problem from him at this point on. It looks to me that Rudy will hang on until the end of this race, as we saw with Shango. We might actually see another lights to fly performance from Rudy. I mean, you really can't tell which drivers are gonna dominate at any given race, but it's just one of those things that we might have to accept. But anyways, here comes Asahi now down the inside of Shango. Shango, who had that high from yesterday, is now gonna have to be content with racing in mid-pack. It's still pretty much a crapshoot as to who will be. Oh yeah, also retiring in this race is Chaka Labradores, so might need to also check on Chaka. So I think there's a reason why Chaka Labradores has actually had a rollover on lap 2. So let's take a look into the replay to see what happened to him. Oh, and that is and on his roof and just sliding onto the side of the track. Fortunately, he doesn't rejoin the track in an unsafe manner. Here's Chaka is on board. Man, what a wild ride it's been for him. But anyways, we're just gonna check back onto the drivers in standings here. Rudy still in control and not expected to pit anytime soon this race. He is still pretty much faster than the rest of the field. I mean, there's no way to predict which driver is gonna perform. Sorry, which drivers are going to perform. How are they going to perform actually? Because you can see he's already sitting in 130.0, already pulling away against Hana Mikeko by a very comfortable margin. But even then, if you don't pit, you are still pretty much not safe, because if you look at the gap between first and second, well, how do we say this? It is still pretty much a charge for. Rudy will still have to fight for it, even if he doesn't make any more pit stops. There will be there will be the issue of having to manage your already super worn tires, and we got drivers who are essentially way faster in these races. Ratio. We're ready to continue to have an amazing run in this championship. Never finished outside the top 8. His average finish has been astounding, to say the least. If you do take a look into Ratio's stats so far this season, it is something to behold. An average finish of 6.2, I believe that's the number. That has been a very great return for the driver representing Adak-RMS. And just to remind you, the driver in second place, his average finish is only at around 9.5. And that guy also in the pits. It looks to me it's another one of those engine failures. Oh yeah, in the meantime, let's also take a look into Sky as to what happened here. I think this is a case of just car failing just like that. Racing at the back. Yep. Engine failure for our mate, Osner Wizard. Sky, meanwhile, looks to have the same issue. Engine failure for him as well. And that will be him out of this race as well. Well, I just wanted to double check here. Rudy has a 5-second lead here over Kiriko and Guyana. And looking into the pit window, Ollie J not expected to make a pit stop, neither does Rudy. Songo will also not be expected to make any pit stops. And looking into our front runners, Guyana will be pitting pretty late. It will be going for an overcut strategy. Same goes for Hanami Kiriko. Hanami Kiriko might actually be one of the latest to make the pit stops. 132.10. 239.53. Masaraido and Shakariza. Here comes a few drivers already coming into the pits in the Kaminari River. If you pit right now, then you'll be doomed to make 3 to 4 pit stops. So that's Kaminari River's chance to win over. I'm just gonna be pretty blunt this time by. Down, being overtaken by fellow Lexus teammate. It's just Jay Goodwin has pulled away against Muhammad Cashew in about 20th place. He's doing, from Jay Goodwin, it's been a pretty okay season for him. If okay constitutes 9th place currently. Obviously, he's got that second place finish in Sportsman Sugo in race 1, and also a top 5 finish at Fuji Speedway. He basically got a good season going so far. He is currently, our favorites currently finish in their top 20. Just checking out the rest of the entries here. Horatio against Samiyake. The Nissans have been picked back slightly for this race. But what has been consistent is Horatio currently up on top with 6 races on this type of form. Horatio is in a serious position to give the Plusmates their first taste of silverware as far as overall championships are concerned. By bringing home the Hololive GT3 title. In doing so, this will give Nissan their first Hololive GT3 championship since 2022, when Flummi won it at this very track in November 2022. 4 years on. 4 years on. When at that time, the first lapless driver, Ricky Contreras, had run Nissan for lapless, or a Honda for lapless, back when the Origin Idol outfit had not been confirmed. This time doing it with the real deal. Horatio is currently ready to see out this championship run. And obviously Seirin. I just wanted to double check here. Horatio, if he secures another top 5 with Sarin currently down in the bottom. Vlasa Demashnev is currently in 20th place. Nakamura is currently in 9th place. Sami Ake will be the one that will be the new challenger to Kurashio, but even then, it will be. Oh, this is gonna be a big snag. Here. Kurashio is currently experiencing his first issue of the season, where the strategy has gone wrong for him, so it will be likely that he will have a quick pit stop and he will lose a lot of time. So this will be his first setback of the season. This will mean the championship is going to be pretty much wide open. And guess who's ready to take this initiative? Sami Ake, who will be pitting mid-race instead of early race. He will have a chance to see if he can bring the Skonbu a championship after coming alive in the second half of the season. Well, ever since he won at Fuji in race 2, finally giving Fubuki her first win in the in Hololive GT3 since a very long time. It's now a pretty much question of and Sakura already making moves against Shango. Sakura to stay off for much of this race, and Alan J now up to 23rd. Once again showing great race pace on that Lambo Huracan. Pretty bad in qualifying, very good in the race. And just gonna check here. Ali J having another is in reaching now, having already made their pit stops as well. Alright, so Rudy now has a 10-second lead over the rest of the field. Kyle Gibbons is now back in 35th. Looks like we will get our first lap situation here. And remember, Rudy is not expected to pit for the remainder of this race, or at any point in this race at all. Gibbons, meanwhile, will be pitting soon, so we won't be seeing much of him soon. Aquazuri will exit in 35th place. Just not clicking this race. Wow, I'm reminding you that the Sunday morning race has got to be an interesting one at that, as anyways, Goyena now currently in 3rd place. If Rudy that's pretty much blocked, this will be pretty much suboptimal for his chance to win from Izumi Yasu. And for the Hololive GT3 winners currently have 2 wins from Lexus, all from Sugo, 1 from Honda, 1 from Nissan, and Fuji. And a Regloss driver winning in and then we also got a Regloss driver winning at Okayama yesterday. And now we have a Flow Glow car currently leading the field. Ollie J, just want to remind you, she started in 35th, is now up into 21st place. And then again, it's still early days to say how she will see how she will perform. Rudy now has a fastest lap of this race, so great stuff from him so far. So anyways, let's shift our focuses to other drivers here as the battle for P2 now heats up. Pecco Luna has returned to the fold, and it's now a two-fold, three-way fight per second, sorry. Checker is up well, absolutely trying to get his way against Toka in the battle for fifth place. Nakamura Raido Raymond is also joining in on the action as well. See how this goes through. Anyways, just inside, now also chasing Songo, who's currently running in 12th. And also trying to check who's running at the back right now. And just wanted to see. Okay, if you make a pit stop before lap 15, like what most of these Lexus cars are doing, then you're basically going to be doomed to make multiple pit stops. And we already have more retirements already. So if you want to know what happened to them, well, now's a good time for us to tell you what happened. So what happened to Maverick UCM is, here's what happened to UCM. This is for him, it's an engine failure. And since then, Ed Sky has also joined him, as well as Callum Gibbon, to also had an engine failure of his own. So that's basically the situation of the other retirees in this race. Right now, Rudy has Mohamed Cashew right now, who has already made a pit stop, but is probably going to be making more pit stops. And Lexus is not having a very solid weekend, no. Lexus Bone have just made her pit stop, and well, she's not even in the top 30. Alright, back into the race for second place. Goyana still chasing Kiriko for second. And Kiriko's actually having a race of her life, though. Obviously, she has won in Holo last season. In this very track in Okayama. Currently having 10 wins, Morin Luna, and we'll see how much farther she can go. Shongo in 13th place, just just keeping his wits about it. Last race it was a lights the flag. Alright, we're technically past the first quarter mark of this race, and what can we learn about this Lexus cars not having the greatest time of their lives once again? After years of dominance, honestly, it's nice to see Nissan and Honda taking the initiative. Even then, with the other manufacturers are coming in, well, especially with device and well, basically the entire device doing a very solid job as it stands right now. I'm honestly just gonna pay attention to the situation here. Sakureta now closing in on the toe cup after 14 laps of this race. The Lexus energy. Well, Team Lexus is having a mare of a race. I'll just say that. But at least Nissan and Honda are getting pretty competitive right around here. Rudy continues to set very competitive laps there. Other contenders have already dropped down into the 131s. Rudy, I believe, is consistently in the 130s. And with him not being expected to make any pit stops, it's now a case of how his tires are going to hold up. And looking at this one, his tire life is actually pretty okay-ish based on our alternate graphics. Having a decent amount of warmth on the rears and not a lot of warmth on the fronts. So he's just going to proceed with what he has right now. Which Kiriko's dropped down into the 132s, and Rudy is going to absolutely relish this. We have so much open space in front of him. He still got Joey though in 27. Take which the best green class driver currently is Shondo in 13th place. Oh, I'm sorry, Masaraido. Currently having a solid race right now. He there in 8th place, getting pretty competitive there. Looking to relish out, relish the competition, and by that I mean in 3rd. Never mind. It's between himself and Raymond Gonzalez, Nakamura Takareza. I think we have someone also retiring as well, as we see Carrascio. Oh my goodness, Carrascio is in the pits. And I just wanted to check here. Joey's also in the pits. Carrascio is now out. As we have established earlier, a bit early, then your strategy is essentially basically done for the rest of for this race. sometimes it's a unique time to shine. And for the likes of Rudy, it is a pretty much slow start for him. But once he gets to adjust to the surroundings, well, he has been pretty much alive. Of sorts. So So Rudy says a 130 continuously as he now pulls away from the rest of the pack. His own race, looking to see if he can get one ahead of his own gen mate. Mustang is the only one having a semi-decent race. Probably not going to fit until the next time. I'm seeing more side-by-side action here. That is Sakura against the lap car of Cashew. Anyways, we are at 18 laps done, and it is a salt race so far, as far as and here's more side-by-side action. Shango, looks like in side-by-side action is going to make a left. Left now tends to take the lead away, or rather, not actually take the lead, but Chongo manages to defend, as we see it right now. Hopefully is also trying to clear Ali J, but Ali J once again has a very fast car. Lamborghini Huracan continues to be alive in the race, but in qualifying, it's not been the most convincing. Has just made his pit stop. He's now out in 20th place, just ahead of Daniel Bogger. Okay-ish performance so far. Samiaki is now joining in on the fight to join the podium. These are your two race winners who have won at Fuji Speedway, and it's going to be the winner of race 2 beating the winner of race 1 at Fuji Speedway. And this battle for third place, Samiaki now takes control. Meanwhile, Goyena now has to settle for fourth place. Not only is Goyena now behind Ake, but now has to contend having to deal with black cars, as we saw with Ryan Kaczynski and Joey. Karatoka is currently in the chase. Sakura now goes into the pits. And don't worry, Sakura will be good for the rest of it. No more pit stops after this. Here's Toga looking to clear the lap car. Joey, who is running in 29th. Subyoung and Daniel Barger also join in on the fun as well. Sakura will be getting out. Looking to be in 20th place. Rudy, meanwhile, is currently unwavering in his performance. We might be seeing him just take the lead and stay there. Remind me of someone like front runners in like horse racing, if you know what I mean by that. But anyways, looking into the other drivers here, that person is good for the rest of this race. Same goes for Aquazuri. However, I'll say a massive however, because you wanna know where they are right now? Patterson's currently in 25th. Aquazuri is down in 22nd place. Patterson is still doing very good so far, and is looking to make a move against Sobyoung for the battle for 24th place. Inside he goes, despite having some damage to the front end. And Hanami Kiriko is having Isaki Rion as having that Patterson in her sights as we see more battles. Rick Gonzalez and Masaraido now going side by side in Revolver and Piper. Great stuff. Listen to that V6 engine roar. Alright, so Daniel Guyana is now currently looking to be tapping out of this race for second place, as he's currently falling pretty far back. Ollie J, meanwhile, is also good for the rest of this race, and he is currently up into 16th place. Good win, and Damashev finally make their pit stops. The fact that Rudy has remained uncontested throughout this race. Race has lost, and the next car is currently launching against a battling for 17th place. There's still tons of drivers who have yet to make a pit stop. Anyways, back onto, well, situation here for the front here. The front, the lead remains uncontested. Rudy has been pretty much uncatchable so far. As we are now coming into the later stage of this race, Gonzalez, Nakamura, and Masaraido have now come in for their pit stop. We'll see how it goes for them. And Taro, meanwhile, is having a solid race so far. Still pretty slim as usual. Although and Tyrell can Terra can hang on because I didn't notice that he has yet to make a pit stop, and he is making a move against Shango. Oh, I thought someone has had a crash, but it's okay. Oh, it's Rudy. Rudy has a crash. I just want to double check. Is Rudy still running? Continue their battle side by side between each other, and it's still solid affair right now. Shango still going side by side with Ollie J this time, and Ollie J just breezes through around the outside. Ollie J goes, and again, it's a great rise from her. She might have a run against Rudy. Remember, Rudy, Ollie J, and Shango are not expected to make any more pit stops. Make their pit stops once again. But again, it's a good race for Honda at the very least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honda's in the top 10. That's half the field. Well, I hope you're enjoying the race in Okayama so far. I hope you're enjoying the Golden Weekend. Right now, Mizumiya's Rudy is currently up at the top of the pile in this race here in the Okayama 400. Doing a very solid job right now for Mizumiyasu, looking to grab her first win in ARO competitions and in Hololive GT3 as Barger spars alongside his fellow Jen and manufacturing teammate Jake Martinez now comes in for his pit stop as well. And what a lead Rudy has built right now. So right now, having already made his pit stop, has yet to lap him, so he's just going to very fancy indeed. Rudy now currently in the lead right now. Samiaki in third, Koka in fifth, Kinsai in seventh. Meanwhile, having a great race pace right now, but then again, Ake having yet to make a pit stop will be pitting as late as lap 37 for Honda Keiko. They will be pitting as late as lap 45. A good statement from Kiriko to have that second place run. Very fancy to get herself into second place. Sights and sounds of these GT3 cars currently in Okayama as Tenrao is going to go side by side, or rather he's about to get closer side by side with Isaka Jimbikolev. Ollie J literally is the closest competitor to Rudy after pit stops, and it's most likely going to be a flow low 1-2, and Holden is going to be pretty sizable at that. pressure on Tannerow. Yeah, Huracan absolutely marking the race and re-qualified the back. But it feels like routine though for Ollie J to just climb from the back, and this is what you call a late runner in any racing. Do your post racing as well. You have to be getting it post racing. I don't mind the commentary pauses. I'm just been trying to rest myself and the throat. Again, this is what happens when there's not a lot of commentators. But anyways, Samiake and Hanami Kiriko are getting close to each other once again, and there's about to be a battle afoot between them. How the business Tokai now finally comes into hits. Sagi, meanwhile, on the charge against side. Both Hololive drivers just continuing to make things work. Right here. And right now, Ali J is currently running in 8th, and Tannerow, I believe, has just made his 8th stop. Well, nice to see very good viewership for once. If you do want to share your thoughts in the race, let us know in the chat. We'll be reading your thoughts as we go in this race, and well. Just gonna continue on as we see Ake and Inside also make their way in their pit boxes. And once again, Dak Patterson and Hanami Kiriko meet. We'll see how his pace goes. Currently in almost unassailable lead, 133.558. So we are going to be expecting a huge pace fall off, and there are drivers currently at the back who have already pitted and can sustain faster lap times than Rudy. The overcutters who are pitting late in this race are potentially going to be at a decent advantage to get themselves in position to overtake Rudy. Has come in to serve his pit stop right now from 3rd place. Asahi, the likely candidate to make the pass on him. And it looks to me that Josh Asahi has made the pass on to 3rd place. If you want to know what happened to Aquazuri, she's currently out of the points. I really don't know what to say. But anyways, Kiriko currently on the chart, still trying to make the pass done, but she's just too far back, she thinks, against Rudy. And right now, we'll see if Rudy does have that pace, and he's now back at a 130.769, already coming down the inside of Mohamed Cashew. I think it will be a no contest for Rudy right now. Currently running in 7th place. Like a full minute away from Rudy and also about to get lap. Hanami Kiriko is about to make a pit stop. Joshua Asahi, meanwhile, has not made a pit stop yet. Neither did Sakaji Mikolev. This will be your last drivers who will be making their pit stops. Second place to Asahi. Kiriko should have no problems here, and now finally exiting her pit box to get herself. But she is a bit too far, a bit not far ahead enough. So it will be Goyena who beats Kiriko. Undercutting the Himawari Luna driver in the process is Daniel Goyena, who pitted, I believe, 3 laps earlier. So with Joshua Asahi being the last driver yet to pit, now we see the true gaps between Rudy and second place, net second place, Daniel Goyena, and he still could set a 130, and right now with no engine failures to stop him, he's absolutely going to continue charging. Now back up into 16th place. Masarino is in 11th as we see Nakamura and Raymar Gonzalez go side by side. About 33, Nakamura now down the inside. Now it's back on the outside for Nakamura against Raymar Gonzalez. Raymar Gonzalez tries to stick it around, but it's just too far back. So 32 laps complete, so it will be 22 laps to go as we still continue to see this side-by-side action from Nakamura and Raymar Gonzalez doing this side-by-side all the way from Revolve and Viper, and they're still going side-by-side at Mike Knight, and into the final corner they go. Ooh, Nakamura just gets a good exit, but the Nissan is very good on the straight itself. That VR38 DETT has got a lot in the tank, but it's going to be Nakamura who comes out ahead of the pack, or rather of this pack, at least of 2, and it will be Nakamura currently in 12th place, but will it stay that way? Alright, so Rudy, who has had a very much hot and cold moment so far, is going to really move himself in the standings here. And Guyana was also going to be enjoying a solid race so far. He is currently going to be set to be in that second place. Guyana now taking control second place. Hanami Kiriko will have to be content with third. And looking into these drivers, Hamina Reba, who was at the front. You can see how many of these Lexus cars just had been woefully off the pace. Only Vlad Damashev can put up a decent fight, and even then he's in 19th place. Horacio currently is experiencing his first major setback of the season, not being able to get a lot of inroads as far as points are concerned. Barger and Martinez are going side by side. Meanwhile, here's Barger currently in 20th place, ahead of Martinez. Azuri, Bowen, and Mama Cashew once again not having great races. Joey down in 29th. Horacio, of course, in 28th. In 27th place. Kaczynski currently down in 26 as well. Promising start this season. Basically come down to this, and also Reliu in 25th. He finally gets to score his first points finish of the season since actually Sugo race 1 or Sugo race 2. So finally gets into the points finally, but but it is already a major setback. But at least it's something. Dak Patterson, meanwhile, currently languishes in 24th place. Not where he wants to be, but at least it's better than a retirement. Sobyagun stays in 23rd as we see Mikolev. It's a great side-by-side action there, and lots of interesting action here. And right now we are going to be seeing Mikolev, or rather, Rudy having to go side by side with multiple drivers here. Ollie J is now almost going to be under pressure to get lapped there by Rudy. Rudy's going to try to take around the outside, and right now he feels like he's uncatchable in that Audi R8. Yaratoka is going to try to spoil, or rather, Ollie J is going to try to spoil him party, but it's a bit too little, too much for her. Or is it? That Huracan refuses to give up, but unfortunately it's going to be Rudy who just is in another level there. It's probably going to be one of the most dominant wins in ARO history. And remember, Goyena is currently at the Las Vegas race, now coming to turn 1. We see a race where the Audi is just going to lap the entire field. Well, I can't. Pursuit for the title. So right now, something positive to get himself up into the standings. Now Samiaki with his 4th place finish will also put him in the precipice of championship contention. Ollie J currently running in 5th place. Also doing a very solid job for her. It will be another top 5 finish for her. Where in a season where she got 3 of them. Since this currently is Benjamin Mikolev, who also has a great rap season so far. But this finish should equal his best results, where he finished first, when he finished in 6th at the Sportsman Super Race 1. Second race at 2, also looking very solid to get another good result here in Okayama. And as we say that, Mikolev has now gone on into the pit, and this will bump Shaka Reza up into 6th place. Rather, Toka is now up into 6th place. Currently, as a result, will be Sean Joe. Nakamura is currently in 9th for Hachima, and Rosaraido is currently 10 for, well, Rocky Hajime. Gonzalez currently occupying a spot in 11th, and 12th place goes to Joshu Asahi, who has already made his pit stop. Inside in 13 for Takane Louis, and Sakura having a somewhat solid race for asking 14th place to get herself outside of the bottom positions. Well, what can I say about Siren? Currently down in 15th place. Still looking to be in 3rd place right now, heading into Suzuka. For her. Meanwhile, Jane Goodwin is doing what he needs to do in 16th place. Around in 17th. Decent result for him. Barger, meanwhile, in 18th for Suisei. Very quiet race, honestly, for him, as we also see Fumi in 19th place for Minnesota, and 20th place Jake Martinez. While the Lexus cars begin here, we got the likes of Lotso Dabasha in 21st. 22nd will be Sobyung in that Mercedes. Meanwhile, Isekaji Mikolev, this is where he is right now. That person just chilling around in 24th, Ryu in 25th. 5th, Kozinski 26th, 27th, Caraccio down at 28th, Joey 29th, and Kozusan Rio running out of the point finishers. 1 minute and 11 seconds, and he continues to set fastest lap after fastest lap in this race. 1:29.347. This can easily be one of the most dominant races in ARO competitions to date. Still 14 laps of this race to go. You know, if you think this is boring and it bores fans, I think these people just don't get the actual spirit of why you have or why these things happen. It really just has been on a whole different level, this race, and he does have that glimpse in Fuji, but obviously at Fuji it was a completely different story where he, well, had issues with the car, to put it mildly. And right now Rudy is about to put this matter to bed. At the very least, we have 5 different manufacturers in the Hololive GT3 winning after 6 races. And the fact that 4 of them come from JP and 2 of them come from the device class also paints a picture. Meanwhile, Patterson currently running in 23rd. Now has jumped up in position. We'll check what's changed. And right now we are potentially seeing someone missing from the standings here. Let's see, Rudy, Goyena, Keiko, Ake, Alj, Toka, Chakapreza, Shango, Nakamura, Rhino, Gonzalez, Asahi, Kinsai. Oh yeah, Misaki Sakura is currently out right now. Right now, Sakura is nowhere to be found, and here's why. She has actually made a second pit stop. So Sakura is now demoted into 28th. Not cinema at all. So the current running order for 11 onwards will be Rosales, Asahi, Kinsai, Seirin, Goodwin, Antara Barger, Chemflummi, Martinez, and Mustang. As we see, River Rosales now about to go side by side with Masarino. This is the race to the top 10. River Rosales has a great exit there, but Masarino will try to do one better. Meanwhile, 130.422. So remind you that no driver has actually gone to 129.4. 2, sorry. Which is basically the set lap time target. As you can see here, there's also inside ready to join in on the fight. Joshua Asahi and Seirin also ready to join this party of cars. 12 laps to go here in Fuji Speedway. And there's still pretty much a switch in positions as we go on lap 43. Speaking of which, Ali J currently doing a very good job here to be in P5. However, she's already dropped by Ruby. Now, this will be a big if here. This is a big if. If, let's say, there are some interesting situations happening between Ruby and that's Shaka Breza in the pits. That's Shaki Reza in the pits, and I'm not sure if this is a scheduled pit stop for him or this is supposed to be an engine failure. Well, I absolutely can't tell, but Shaki Reza is currently down. It's going to give drivers at the back a chance to gain more points. Shaki Reza is out, and it will be a unnecessary second pit stop for him, and he's going to lose ground here. 1 minute 17. Rudy against Goyena. Rudy literally has no issue with traffic. Just clears it so easily. 6/10 of a second now separate between Guyana and Kiriko. We are now on lap 45. 10 laps to go until we properly conclude this race. Is now about to peel his way into the pits. That will be more time lost here and more of these drivers getting shuffled and Sky. Right, sorry, he's already out. It looks to me that there will be no more drivers who will be at serious risk of having to make a second pit stop. Even those who basically started with full tank of fuel and basically have pitted all that. Sean Go at least is up into 7th place and with a car in one piece as well. And unlike Sean Go, where he had a meanwhile, just having dominated the race so far, only two drivers have kept Rudy from having to lap the entire field, and he is running out of time. Meanwhile, Antanarao has we'll be seeing Jake Goodwin now making a late pit stop as well. Could we be seeing a late pit stop from anyone else? Well, we really can't tell because okay, the other one can make a Chaka, but he's already out of this race, so that probably isn't going to be relevant. But I think that should be the last one. Jake Goodwin. Kiriko, AKJ, Toka. Shakib Reza has now dropped down to 19th. So it is now Toka, Go, Nakamura, Rosales, and Kinsai. So that's a switching position here. Raido, so Go, Nakamura, Rosales, and Kinsai. Raido is now dropped down to 11th place as a result. Asahi is now in 12th, Seirin 13th, and Tanarao 14th. Martinez is now currently in 15th. Jay Goodwin is somewhere in, oh dear, it's pretty much down. And it looks to me that, looks like Jay Goodwin has dropped down to 31st place. Same goes for Daniel Barger, who have now fully dropped out of the points. Right, Raido, Asahi, Seirin, and Tanarao. And then we also have Martinez over Fumi, Damashev, Shakib Reza, and then Michelem, and then Mac Patterson. And then we got Sobyung Hood, and also just a quick reminder here, of who's currently in the points now. Bowen and Azuri are now in the points of sorts. They basically got a bit of a salvage. Duciem still out of it entirely. Hoshi's Unreal currently at the 28th place. Joey in the 27th. 26th will be Misaki Sakura, and 25th will be Lorenzo Ricci. Russian Crusher in 24th. In the 23rd. 22nd will be Ri Liu, and So Byung will be 21st. Left currently in 19th place. So Raido, Asahi, Seirin, and Tanara Martinez, Fumi, Damashne, Shaki Reza. Play on as usual, as we see Guyana now dice between himself and Guyana. Hanami Kiriko now drops down to third, Sami Aki 4th, Jacob doing 31st. Rudy is about to catch the last of the runners here. Even if he does bid, he has a very healthy margin to use. Alright, final 5 laps of the Okayama 400 Race 2. What a sight to behold here, as we're about to see Rudy about to lap the entire field. Haven't seen that in aero competitions. Rudy just continues to have a absolutely dominant pace so far. We're just gonna take a look here. Guyana in second place. Ryu, meanwhile, has not been overtaken by Rustin Caraccio. There's a deficit that he's going to lose. Limits the damage. Still running in this race. Guyana in second place, and I kind of fear though. He's already cleared third place Kiriko, and he still has he's still has Jay Goodwin and Azuri to clear. You can't help but think about the dominant performances put up by these drivers. Ollie J meanwhile has actually passed Hanami Kiriko. This will actually put her on the podium. What is going on here? Samiake in 5th. And based on projections here, Ollie J will thrust herself into 4th place firmly in the title hunt. And this is the race where we'll be seeing half of the field be officially out of contention here. Toka has now moved up into stays into 6th. Nakamura has now moved into 7th to keep herself in the hunt for the title. At 1,050 points as it stands, Go drops down to 8th. Rima Gonzalez in 9th, inside 10th. Masaraido back in 11th. And in 12th place is Joshu Asahi. 13th place goes to Alton Tarao. And Seirin is currently in 14th place. And there's another driver in the pits. That's Irie Nakamura. So many late pit stops happening right here, right now. And it looks to me that Rudy has yet to clear Danilo Goyera. And it will be a very huge statement win if Rudy can pull this off. Nakamura drops down to further and further down. It will be her dropping down to 24th, and it would have been a solid championship aspirations here, but now she's going to be down into 25th. Absolute. Well, it's absolute scenes here in Fuji Speedway as we're now starting the penultimate lap of this race. Oyena is still holding steadfast in 2nd place, being the last driver on the lead lap. Rudy has been unstoppable. I mean, it's been a huge question mark as to BOP. How BOP is going to be applied. On 5 of the 6 races, on 5 races we've hosted before, it feels like the Audi has not been in pace, but in this race, the Audi is just uncatchable by everyone in this race. So it's Rudy Goyena, Jay, Akiriko Ake, Toka Rosales, Kinsai, Toka Rosales, Kinsai. Kinsai, and then Shango, and then Masaraido rounds out your top 10. And it's Joshu Asahi in 11. There's so many changes in the standings, you can't really keep track. But anyways, Rudy's about to start the final lap, and what has got to be the most dominant Hololive GT3 win by the virtue of win margin. On the final lap we go. Rudy just needs to bring it home to the finish line with no repercussions whatsoever. He does have to get onto the curbs a bit. It will be something if he suddenly crashes. But right now there is no worry. No worry at all for the Mitsubishi driver who has been the class of the field here in Okayama. Actually showcasing his control, and Adamashev is currently in 17th, right in here. And right now, Rudy only has a few corners left. And this is Mitsubishi driver. Just doing what she needs to do. To the beat of her own drums. No solo songs yet, but right now is a make or break race for Rudy, as he will now go into the get into the checkered flag as possibly, and he probably gets into the history books as one of the most dominant drivers to have, well, the most dominant wins. Anyways, just right out the words, Mitsubishi and Rudy have won the Okayama 400 race 2 in one of the most dominating ways possible. Take a bow. And guess what? Daniel Goyena will take the final lap of this race as the sole other lead lap car. Absolute scenes. Well, we haven't really, it's something that we have not seen in a long while. A driver winning by 1 minute and 25 seconds. LJ takes third, Kiriko fourth, Ake fifth, Toka in sixth, Ray Gonzalez in seventh, Kinsai eighth, Shango ninth, Masaraido in 10th, Asahi in 11th, Seirin in 12th, and Tanarao in 13th. Asahi and Tanarao, Seirin. Oh, and there's Jake Martinez on the final lap. He pits on the final lap. Is he going to be out at the checkered flag? Well, we're just going to check how he goes here. The other drivers. Daniel Goyena also putting up a decent performance here as he takes the checkered flag as well. Well, not the checkered, but he does finish second place in a pretty solid run. That will be it for the race. And what a race it has been for Rudy. So let's take a look into the checkered the race results here. Rudy with well, he wins by 87 seconds, or 1 minute and 17 seconds. Sorry, 1 minute and 27 seconds. And so, yeah, it's a very dominant win for Rudy. Take nothing away from this win. We probably won't be seeing this again soon. And Daniel Goyena in second place for Sara Pecora. And we got LJ in third. Hanami Kiriko fourth. Sami Ake fifth. And Toka in sixth. Rosales 7th, Kinsai 8th, Shango 9th, and Masaraido runs out of top 10. That last lap thing from Martinez is going to cost him positions. He will drop down to 29th there from 16th place. Asahi in 11th with Antanaro 12th, Seirin 13th, Fumi in 14th. Damashnev drops down to 17th. Shakir Reza in 15th place. Meanwhile, Isakai Mikalev in 16th. Damashnev 17th. Sobyang drops down to 20th place. Looking at Jack Patterson, who finishes in 18th, has a great recovery drive. And in 19th place is Rustin Kurashu, who was running in the bottom echelon of the points at one point in the race. Is back in the mid-pack, which will at the very least mean that he will soften the blow on his championship lead. That Patterson Crusher is still running out the top 20. Ryu drops down to 21st. Rajizinski in 22nd. Lorenzo Ricci in 23rd. Nakamura in 24th. Saki Sakura in 25th. Kaczynski, Ricci, Nakamura, and Sakura. And Joey Hoshino Rio in 26th and 27th. Lexi Bowen actually gets into 28th. Jake Martinez, meanwhile, is gonna drop down into. Wait, I'm just gonna double check the point situation here. Sakura in 25th, Joey in 26th, Rio in 27th. Lexi Bowen is in 28th. Jake Martinez is in 29th. And Akozuri is in 30th place. Ryu Lexi Bowen in 28th, Jay Martinez 29th, Akozuri in 30th, Jake Goodwin 31st, Barger in 32nd, Cashew in 33rd, Cameron Reba 34th, Kim 35th, Ducem 36th, Sky 37th, Labrador 38th, and Oza Wizard in 39th place. Alright, as we're about to finally conclude this weekend's races, we're just gonna look into the championship standings here to see who have remained in the title hunt and who is now properly out of it. As it stands right now, you need to be above 800 points to get into championship contention. We've got drivers who are still barely in it, but it is clear that we are seeing names who are already out of it. And we're just gonna have a double check as to what it looks like for the championship standings. We are just gonna double confirm everything is a-okay. All right, so let's take a look into the championship standings once and for all as we conclude this weekend's set of races in Okayama. Let's take a look into the championship standings to see who has been hot and who has been not. And yes, the thing also has properly loaded. So let's take a look here. Rustin Grasho now is still in the championship lead at 1,421 points over Seirin in second place. Guayana in third, Ali J fourth, Sami Ake fifth, Damashnev sixth, Shango seventh, Raymar Gonzalez eighth, Shaka Reza ninth, and in the top 10 is Irene Nakamura, who is still within championship contention. So we now have over half of the field now out of the title race, as we'll get on to later. Kaczynski's still in the hunt. UCM and Goodwin drop points. Rudy have now single-handedly get himself into 14th place with that win. Kinsai, Asahi, and Kiriko, with their results, have trusted themselves barely in contention. Kyle Gibbs, who happened strong in the first round, is going to be barely in the hunt for the championship, as he sits just under 800 points behind Karashio. And looking at the rest of the field, Labradorus, Dak Patterson, Mama Cashew. These are your drivers who are now out of title contention, whereas we're going to use a different marker this time. So these are your drivers who are out of it. Chaka Labradorus, Dak Patterson, Mama Cashew, Isakai Jimikolev, Lexibo, Masaraido, Ed Sky, Sakura, Joey, Antanara, Reba, Richie, So, Byung-eun, Riliu, Hofumi, Toka, Barger, Azuri, Martinez, Brio, and Wizard. Unfortunately, these guys are now formally out of contention for the Hololive GT3 Japan Series title. And that is basically that. So basically, they will now come into Suzuka with no chance of winning the title. So took the pressure off. So we'll see how it goes from there. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in for this weekend's stream. We have our best viewership in months for this one. We'd like to thank everyone for that as well, as we have a bit of a sunset on this weekend here in Okayama. Hope everyone will be tuning into for next weekend's race at the next Holo Proto round, which will take place in Motegi for Holo Proto Japan for JP's round 2. We hope everyone will be tuning in for that one as well. That being said, my name is Mama Reza in the commentary booth. We hope to see you next time in Aero competitions. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next week at Motegi.